afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast Lehr with me, your host from Pearl Dane, Master of Instruction Education. Off here to cover today the Opel Blitz cargo truck, available here to the Opel Command West through the Firestorm Doctrine. Available at 3 command points. It costs 200 manpower and 25 fuel, which is roughly about as much as any other half track, except, you know, it doesn't have machine guns or any armor really, so in some ways you're paying a lot more for, well, in some ways less, but you still get something that is, you know, the Opel commerce I feel person is needing a long time, which is mobility and the ability to reinforce on the front line, and also just front line durability through the Opel Blitz, since overall what this offers, besides, you know, these weird bugs, because your units struggle to enter them, which, you know, sort of the whole garrisoning bug that's going on at the moment, the garrison changes resulting in this little bug we sort of have to constantly move about there. Very frustrating, by the way. But you basically just gain the ability the Opel Cross has in ages, which is, well, ever actually. It's just, you know, be able to shift the troops fast from point to point, get them sort of in positions very fast, reinforcement at the front line. We're also having to stick up the battle group headquarters there and present a big fat target. And this just keeps on going on for some time, to be honest. Much more frustration. Just keep trying to hold them back, and for some reason they don't enter. It's really annoying. They'll also get the same thing with houses and the likes there, sadly. So, yeah, go figure about that. But overall, what you can use the Blitz for, of course, is besides just reinforcing and transport troops about, it's also, you know, quickly getting troops behind the opponent, say unleashing several squads with the heavy submachine guns or assault rifles, flamethrowers. You got a lot of options. Plus, I mean, the Opel Blitz does also have another ability, which is it boosts the reload speed of nearby units, meaning they can suddenly reload the weapons faster. Like machine guns and assault rifles in particular can benefit from this a lot, meaning they can, well, not a lot, but, you know, decently, meaning they can suddenly, you know, lay down more vicious fire against the opponent. But, you know, at the end, once we get them moving, once, you know, I finally sort of got the Sturmplans to do what the bloody hell I wanted them to do. I mean, again, the Opel Blitz can quickly shift about your troops, and again, being able to shift your troops from point to point is pretty, you know, helpful and can be used, but again, also just being able to reinforce, particularly in more elite squads like us, Opel Soldaten, which you do not necessarily want to retreat all the time, can also be, you know, quite a strong asset and support you quite well. Of course, keep in mind the Opel Blitz, though, is very vulnerable. It doesn't take a lot of hits. It's not exactly bulletproof. So, I mean, you don't want to necessarily rush it in just head first. I mean, you may want to use it for some flanks if you're feeling pretty daring. And, again, fill it up with Volksgunners, the submachine guns, Sturmpanzers, the flamethrowers, maybe some Opel Soldaten. You can do a lot of damage that way, suddenly very fast. But, again, see here, you pop back, reinforce, and instead of having to retreat all the way here, reinforce, and then move back, you can just reinforce at the front line. As you might notice, again, here we get this little aura here, the munitions resupply, which, as you know, also allows them to, you know, load the cooldowns on the abilities. I mean, Volksgunners can fire Panzerfaust a lot more. For example, grenades can be tossed with more greater regularity as well. So it rather gives, you know, your infantry fighting nearby the Opel Blitz a lot more utility, and again, a lot more endurance, since again, they don't have to retreat as much because the Opel Blitz can easily support them. So the Opel Blitz, I think, is a bit overlooked unit at the moment here with the Opel Commerce, but I do think one that, you know, I personally just like because it sort of suits my own playstyle more. But, I mean, it does provide something I really feel like the Opel Commander has been lacking for some time. Again, that is this mobility, this speed, but also just the ability to reinforce the front line, which I do think, to an extent, is actually a rather overlooked ability in many cases, though it seems like some people are slowly catching up to it. So, I mean, overall, it's a pretty good investment. Of course, you have to be careful with how you utilize the Opel Blitz. I mean, it can quickly go down, but used correctly, you can also use it to really just put your head very fast. An early game position, you've got 2 Sturmpanzers in it, you can sort of rush ahead, quickly pop them out, mow down any infantry. In particular, it's very good at just overwhelming an opponent who's got his units spread out there. You just sort of gun them down, pop them back in, move on to the next target. So, and there's a guy, I mean, they can also just really support some aggressive moves against opponents sort of scattered across there. So, I mean, it has, I think, some good utility there for the Opel Commerce, and I do think there's a lot to sort of be done with it. But overall, a pretty solid unit. Even if you're not going to use it to transport, I mean, just being able to reinforce your troops to the front line, having their cooldowns being lower, and having them reload faster, can still be pretty solid. So, I would, in many cases, sort of strongly recommend the Opel Blitz to anyone who's using Firestorm. I mean, obviously, again, you might not go for it right away if you're playing particularly rushing out some medium tanks, but I mean, it can still be pretty good, and later on in the game we have plenty more resources. It's reasonably cheap. So, hopefully this sort of brings the Opel Blitz cargo truck here to the eyes of more people, get some sort of thinking more about it, maybe using it a bit more. If it has, that's amazing, in which case I do feel like I've done a bit of a nice job for this video. So hopefully you enjoyed this, hopefully learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, and of course if you'd like to do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial saying cheers and see you all another time. Bye.